have been men to whom justice has been more important than life itself. From these ranks come 4 men, prepared to fight valiantly on the side of justice wherever the need may be. Joined together in this cause, they are the 4 Just Men.
The vote is 6 affirmative, 3 negative, 2 abstentions. It is resolved, therefore, that the Security Council will adjourn until Thursday noon to await the arrival of Dr. Mosek, in order that we may hear that distinguished statesman's charges of indirect aggression on his nation's northern border. If the evidence that Dr. Mosek brings us proves these allegations to be true, then the offending power will face the condemnation of the world and the gravest punitive measures at the disposal of this great organization.
As the representative of the offending power, I would like to put on record that my government has no fear of any so-called evidence that Prime Minister Mosek may bring to this body.
Yes. Our delegate is addressing the council at this very moment. But it will do no good. Dr. Mosek will win them over. He's in Rome now, and my information is he will also stop in Paris. It would be most embarrassing if he were to reach New York safely.
Go away. Frenchwoman, go home.
I am at home. I was born in Paris, remember?
I hope you have a very good reason for running that pneumatic drill right over my head.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You have an appointment with Monsieur Clément at the Foreign Ministry at 11 o'clock. This morning.
Nag, nag, nag. Pick. Thank you. Now, that's the way to wake a man up in the morning. How does the column read?
It is not one of your best.
Oh, I sweated over it practically all night.
Yes, I could tell that by how soundly you were sleeping when I arrived this morning.
How do you know how soundly I was sleeping? Did you look in on me, you peeping?
But I didn't have to look in on you.
In other words, what you're implying in your delicately bobbed Gallic way is that I snore so loudly that... Thank you, Nicole. You've made my morning. Anything from Peccari in Rome?
No, why?
Yeah, take a look at this.
Rome. It was rumored that Mid-East Prime Minister Dr. Emil Mosek stopped here on his way to the Special Security Council meeting in New York.
Very impressive man, Dr. Mosek, and a most persuasive one. He could make all the difference in the vote.
And the 4 just men?
The 4 just men would like to see him get there. Now, what's so bad about this column?
There's nothing bad about it, Tim. I meant only what I said. I've seen you do better. The deadline is this afternoon. Hello? Yes, it is. Oh, one moment, please. Rome. Signor Peccari.
Hello, Rico. Yes, of course I'm up. Been up for hours. Have to work for a living, you know. Yes, I've seen those usual rumors have it stories on him in the papers this morning.
He left 3 hours ago, traveling under the name of Miroyan.
Miroyan, yeah. Flight 16. Right, Rico, I'll do the best I can. Yes. Yes, I'll keep in touch. Righto, bye.
Dr. Mosek?
Yes, he's making a stop at Paris, traveling behind dark glasses under an assumed name.
But, Tim, what about your appointment with Monsieur Clément?
Why don't you take my place? If I know Clément, he'll be delighted.
arrival on flight number 16 from Rome. Les passagers sont priés de se présenter à la douane pour la visite de leurs bagages et formalités d'immigration. Will passengers please proceed to customs and police for clearance?
Mr. Maroyan? Tim Collier, American News Alliance.
There is nothing a journalist could wish to learn from me. I'm a businessman, an ordinary businessman.
That's exactly what I'm after. The ordinary businessman's opinion on the Middle Eastern crisis.
He has only one opinion on political questions, that they are not his concern. Good day, Mr. Collier.
Hi, Tim.
Ben, I thought you were still in Rome.
Well, I should be, but Picardi thought I ought to travel on the same plane as Miroyan.
Yeah, well, Miroyan has just given me a first-class brush-off.
Yes, Picardi said it wouldn't be easy. He's convinced that they'll try something here in Paris. Ryder will be waiting at the airport in New York. All you have to do is to see that Miroyan gets there. It's all yours now.
Flight number 107 to London.
Let's meet him. Good luck.
Good flight, Ben.
Number 7 for customs clearance.
I have my car right outside. Can I give you a lift into town?
No, thank you.
Now, look, I was in your country during the last election. I attended a press conference that you held.
That may be, but it doesn't affect my desire to be left alone. Whoever I am, I have my reasons to be in Paris today. My own reasons. Taxi, please.
Excuse me. I had a call from Rome this morning. Signor Picardi told me to make sure that you enjoyed your stay in Paris.
Yes, the hotel proprietor. He was so attentive, I nearly failed to complete my business there.
His attentions may have saved your life.
I fear both you and your Italian colleague have extremely vivid imaginations.
Okay. Will it do any harm to let me drive you to Paris?
Frankly, yes, I think so.
How do you figure?
It will tell you where I'm staying, a piece of information I prefer to keep to myself. My porter is waiting, excuse me.
How can I give you a lift?
You're a swift thinker, Mr. Collier, and a remarkable driver. You certainly prevented a very grave accident.
An accident, Dr. Mojek? Of course, we could question the driver, except that he so conveniently disappeared. That's rather an unsociable bit of behavior, even for a French taxi driver. Incidentally, you owe him 650 francs.
But if my country cannot find safety, then I fear that no small country will long be safe. You understand, this is not for publication until I have appeared before the Security Council.
Yeah, but what I don't understand is how to make you realize just what a dangerous spot you're in.
You think they'll try again? Yes.
What time's your flight?
At 18 hours, 6 o'clock.
I'll drive you to the airport. Now, meanwhile, you just...
Meanwhile, I'm afraid I have a full schedule. A speech to finish, some important telephone calls, perhaps a visitor or two.
These visitors, they're people who know you under this assumed name?
Yes. Few trusted people. See, diplomacy is rarely a straight and simple business. I have purposely avoided all official cognizance of my visits to Rome and Paris. As for your great democracy, it is on our side in this crisis. Nevertheless, I cannot plan my country's strategy at the Security Council with a well-known American journalist sitting in my room.
Well, all the strategy in the world won't do any good unless you show up at the UN.
Perhaps you exaggerate the importance of my life, Mr. Collier. A man's death can also have significance if he is murdered in circumstances like my present mission.
You're a brave man, Dr. Mojek.
One life. What is it in the balance of events? Don't worry, Mr. Collier. I do not intend courting death. But if it is to be, I merely point out that all would not be lost.
I think you underestimate your enemies. Suppose you're not murdered. Suppose you die as a result of a very carefully planned accident. And you don't even get the benefit of martyrdom. I'll be downstairs in the lobby.
All afternoon, but you must have your own work to attend to.
You're my work today. Protecting your life, even from yourself.
What is it that's so urgent?
I need you. I've been stretching this half bottle of wine for the last 3 hours, and the management is starting to regard me with suspicion. Waiter.
Monsieur.
Sweet vermouth. Sweet. This is our friend's hotel, Mr. Maroyan.
So?
Well, a man sitting by himself becomes the object of suspicion in Paris. A man drinking with a lovely young lady.
That's what you call needing me.
I don't like to drink with anybody else. Oh, thank you. Yes. How did you make out with Monsieur Clément at the Quai d'Orsay?
Just like that. He took me to lunch.
He told me he can only spare me 30 minutes.
Good afternoon, monsieur.
I have a letter from Monsieur Maroyan. May I leave it, please?
Certainly. I shall see that he received it.
Thank you. The bar, it is in there, yes?
Yes, monsieur, that is it.
Thank you.
Muslim with a liking for alcohol. That's rather unusual, isn't it?
Well, he can't do the doctor any harm with a letter, can he?
Yeah, it's a pretty good way to find out a room number without appearing inquisitive. Excuse me.
Yes? Who's there?
Special emissary, Your Excellency. From His Majesty.
Your name?
Alem, Your Excellency.
Salam. Salam. I've been expecting you. What is this?
Important evidence. Photographs of atrocities committed against the villagers of Azara. Also, arm equipment from across our northern frontier to the rebels.
Mr. Collier, let go of him. You're making a mistake. This man is a messenger from my king.
The gun in his hand?
The gun is part of the evidence he brings, with the name of the country of manufacture stamped on it.
It is not loaded, you may look.
I guess I owe you an apology.
Not at all. It's good to know His Excellency is so well protected.
You're not hurt, Alam.
It's not important compared to the privilege of serving Your Excellency. Part of a submachine gun, captured from the rebels, also with the name of origin stamped upon it. I think you will find that the rest explains itself. Salam.
You're leaving already?
I must return home immediately to report upon my mission.
You have performed a most important service. Thank you. I'll keep this close to me.
As you wish. You will continue to watch over His Excellency. There are those who would give much to prevent him reaching New York.
I wish you could convince him of that.
Salam.
Do you know that fellow?
Alam, by name. I was notified to expect him here.
Mind if I examine the case?
Truly, Mr. Collier, you're the most excessively suspicious man I've ever met. But then you don't believe in fate, do you?
No.
We still have a small problem. How to dispose of the real Harlem.
Are you satisfied? No infernal machines? No hidden containers of deadly gas?
I guess not. Well, it's time we got started for the airport.
Are you sure you don't wish to search my personal luggage?
I did that before lunch, while you were shaving.
Will you be taking that aboard with you, monsieur?
Yes, please.
As you please, monsieur. You may board the plane now, monsieur.
Thank
Bon
you.
voyage.
Thank you.
If you please, Doctor, we would like you to make a statement. If you please, we want you to...
So much for the incognito. How did they find out?
I don't know. Excuse me. Where'd the tip-off come from, Jesse?
I'll go to the office. Anonymous.
You're making a mistake.
Allow me, Doctor.
What are you going to tell the security council?
Excuse me, Doctor.
Just a few words for the
Gentlemen,
press. What are you going
please,
to
I
tell the
have
security
nothing to
council?
say.
Just one picture, Doctor, reading these headlines. Turn sideways a little. Hold the paper a little higher.
Intercontinental Airlines annonce le départ du vol pour New York. Intercontinental Airlines announces the departure of their direct flight
Thank you
for
for
New
thinking
York.
so highly of my life.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Mademoiselle.
Tim, that photographer, the dark one with a little beard. I've seen him. Oh, of course, he was with the other man, the one with the bag.
They've pulled something. Pardon me. I want to see Jack Rosewell, traffic manager. I've got a seat on the flight.
You're going to New York?
Yeah.
For how long?
I'll let you know.
Hello, Intercontinental. You are receiving another passenger. He's coming aboard now.
Collier is going too. That makes it all the better.
Dr. Mojek, did anyone give you anything while you were boarding the plane?
No.
Anybody do anything unusual?
No,
out of the ordinary?
nothing. Why?
see her back.
Mr. Collier, what are you doing? What is the matter?
Open it.
Not here. This is most secret.
It's exactly what they're counting on. But how do you explain a Mideast airline tag on an intercontinental flight?
What is all this?
Excuse me, ma'am, allow me this.
Give me that back at once.
Explosive jelly and an acid time fuse. Simple and efficient. Enough to blow this plane to bits.
We must stop the plane.
Give another chance at you? No, sir.
They would have killed innocent people.
Yes, intercontinental. He found what?
They're on their way. Our plane is due to leave in about 10 minutes.
There's a dip in the runway. Taxi to it and then hold up. We'll send the jeep with the ladder out to pick him up.
They're on the runway. I can't quite see. There's a dip. Wait a minute. They're taking off. Our purpose is accomplished.
It is sad to see a loved one fly away, no?
It is sad, yes.
If Mademoiselle has need to be comforted.
Darling! But I just saw you go.
Special cooperation of the airlines. They don't like to see their planes blown up.
Mideast Airlines announces the immediate departure of their flight 60.
Wait a minute. You got the wrong bag. This one's intercontinental. Yours is Middle East.
Please, monsieur, you must board the plane now.
Stop those men. Well, good night, chum.
Good night. Tim, I was thinking.
So was I.
No, what I meant was, why couldn't you just have told the airline people what was on board the plane? They would have stopped the flight and made a search.
The romantic French. Okay. If I had gotten Dr. Mojek and the passengers off the plane, those goons might have tried something desperate right there at the airport. This way, whoever hired them thinks the job's been taken care of. Before he can find out any differently, the Security Council is meeting and Dr. Mojek is there.
Oh. You admire him a great deal, don't you?
How can you help it?
Well, good night.
Monsieur? Monsieur? This time of night, Paris is not as safe as one might think.
You're so right. I better see you to your door. You heard what the man said.